Hello there and welcome. Today's video, we're going to talk about one of the fundamental aspects of change. And now this isn't just a concept from the famous book Think and Grow Rich. This is the gateway to all transformation. And in this video, we are going to talk about why. Chapter 4 of Napoleon Hill's famous book Think and Grow Rich is dedicated entirely to this one topic, because this idea, it is the bridge between the conscious and the subconscious mind. This is how you impress an idea onto the subconscious mind so thoroughly, so profoundly, that it begins to govern your reality. Today's topic is the power of autosuggestion and how to use it to reprogram your mind. Now, what is autosuggestion? Autosuggestion is self-suggestion. It is the process of deliberately feeding your mind thoughts, phrases, images on repeat over and over again until the subconscious mind accepts them as reality. Once the subconscious mind accepts this idea, it no longer questions its validity. It no longer asks, are you sure? Is this true? Is this false? It just accepts the idea. It begins to act on it, express it, and embody it. Here's the key. Your subconscious does not filter. It doesn't decide yes or no, should I or shouldn't I. The subconscious merely accepts whatever is impressed on it, especially an idea with emotion, especially an idea with repetition, something that we engage in over and over again. This is why autosuggestion is so powerful. It's how you install the truth that you choose. Understand, and I'm going to get into autosuggestion and heterosuggestion. Understand you're doing this already. You're allowing, technically we'll get into it, it's heterosuggestion. You're allowing outside ideas to just come into your mind. You don't have a filter. You don't have a guard. You're not sitting there accepting or rejecting these ideas. You're just acting on them. That's why this video is so important. Most people are not using autosuggestion. They are victims to heterosuggestion. This is the truth that can set you free. This is where you tune into what I'm saying. Most people are not using autosuggestion. They are victims to heterosuggestion. What is heterosuggestion? It is suggestion that comes from the outside. It's when you're at the coffee shop, you're in Starbucks, you're in Pura Vida, and you just overhear a conversation, or you're at the airport and somebody has the AirPods in and they're talking really loud about real estate and the markets, and you're hearing these ideas, or you're sitting there at a restaurant or even in your own house and you just have the TV on in the background. The news is playing, and these ideas and these opinions of others are going right into your subconscious mind. That is heterosuggestion. Ideas from the news, ideas from your parents, from your friends, from your colleagues, from your work colleagues, from your culture, from your religion, from social media, from the streamers you watch, from the accounts you follow, from every single outside idea. That is heterosuggestion. Most of these ideas, because again, we have to understand, most people aren't thinking. Most people don't have this information in forefront of their mind as they operate their day. So most people are subject to heterosuggestion. They are not thinking. They hear things such as, it's very difficult to start your own business these days. You need money. You need resources. You need experience. You can't just start a business from zero. Who do you think you are? That is heterosuggestion, an outside idea, opinion, perspective from somebody else being suggested to you. Somebody says, how's that content creation, or how's that streamer life going? Are you famous yet? That is heterosuggestion. Or maybe somebody from your neighborhood, somebody from your community, maybe a guardian or a parent saying, that dream, that lifestyle, that's just not for people like us. We're different. We don't do that. That is heterosuggestion. In business, in finance, the markets are down. It's a bad time to invest. This is super volatile. Be careful of that. You don't want to. All of these ideas, guys, is heterosuggestion. Outside stimuli, ideas being suggested to you. Here's another great one. AI is taking our jobs. Heterosuggestion. You have the ability to accept or reject that idea. Heterosuggestion is passive programming. Autosuggestion is intentional programming. So if you're taking notes, please take notes on this video. Pause it right now. Go back 15 seconds and write down what I just said. Heterosuggestion equals passive programming. Autosuggestion equals intentional programming. One keeps you stuck. One keeps you where you are. One keeps you in a borrowed identity. Think of that. A borrowed identity. You're taking ideas from this person, ideas from here, an idea from here, and that's who I am. This is who I am. An identity of borrowed ideas. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you have a self-image crisis. Most people do. Maybe they can't articulate it the way I just did, but you can feel it inside. You can feel you're not living the life you really want to live. You're not giving energy to ideas that really serve your higher purpose. Maybe you're doing it because it's popular. Those Stanley Cups, just gave them a crazy promotion, but maybe you bought a Stanley Cup because 5 other people bought a Stanley Cup. That is heterosuggestion. Do you see how this happens 24/7, 365? It's happening all the time. Where we take our power back is getting to autosuggestion, intentional programming. We understand conscious, subconscious. We understand, idea being impressed through repetition. Now we're understanding it's our choice. It's our decision. We're not allowing heterosuggestion to create our borrowed identity, for heaven's sake. We're using intentional programming through autosuggestion. So if you say to yourself, I'm growing into that person, I am becoming a success, I'm creating desirable results with ease. All is well. Everything is fine. I expect miracles and I get miracles. Everything works out to my advantage in the end. This will ultimately work out to my benefit. These speech patterns mirror autosuggestion. These are speech patterns that you need to adopt. They're automatic for me and other folks. But this is not something that you can do one time. This is not something that you can come and watch a video one time and be like, got it. Today, throughout my day, I'm going to be very aware and very attentive to ideas, heterosuggestion and autosuggestion. It's not going to be that easy. You need the repetition. You need the consistent integration of these ideas. Repetition. Over and over and over and over again until it becomes a command to the subconscious mind. This is where change happens. Like I said at the beginning of this video, one of the fundamental aspects of change. You can have an idea. You can hear something that you like and engage in it for 15 minutes, for a day, for one time a week, for a few times a month. That is not enough. It needs to be daily. Because heterosuggestion is 24/7, 365. So if we're not counteracting it with conscious programming, with intentional programming, with autosuggestion, we're going backwards. We're being programmed by circumstance instead of being the cause. This video, again, can give you all the power you need. Napoleon Hill makes it clear. He says, with autosuggestion, you must believe the words you're repeating. Belief comes through repetition. There it is right there. That's the power of journaling. That's the power of repetition. It builds belief. If you've been studying this information for some time, you've likely heard the famous story of when Andrew Carnegie gave the famous affirmation to Napoleon Hill. Andrew Carnegie, I'm not only going to equal your achievements in life, I'm going to meet you at the post and pass you at the grandstand. When he said this affirmation for the first time, he said, I felt like a fool. I did not believe it. But here's the key. After day 5, okay, an interesting idea. After day 10, interesting. After day 15, maybe this is possible. After day 20, this is possible. After day 30, I know I can do it. His belief in what was possible for him only changed through repetition. This is the power of autosuggestion. Saying these goals, because again, your C-type goal is an affirmation over again until you raise your belief through repetition. Crazy masterclass here. I'm going to stop here because I can talk about this for hours. But if you want to dive deeper into this, if this idea is resonating with you and you want to learn how to use autosuggestion to your benefit, we teach this in Section 8 and Section 9 of our Mindset Reset program. Section 8 is dedicated to the self-image and personal identity programming. And Section 9, 10 full videos, goes into the subconscious mind reprogramming. Line by line, belief by belief. Guys, this is 20 videos. It's not just one video. we've put together 20 videos designed to help you build a new internal system. It will support you and help you act from the version of you who expects success, who understands that success is predictable. So I encourage you to learn more about autosuggestion. Get involved in the Mindset Reset program. Go through Section 8, go through Section 9, and reprogram your mind for success. The reason most people stay stuck is because they never rewire the identity causing the problem. We encourage you to join our free Mindset Reset Masterclass. Get the exact framework that we charge $10,000 for.